Hello third graders, this is Mrs. Copeland and I'm a math teacher in Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools. I'm going to be helping you with third grade memory joggers. Let's take a look at week 8, day 3, problem D. Emmanuel had 12 cubes. He used the cubes to build 3 towers. If each of the towers was the same height, how many cubes tall was each tower? We have a few things to remember. Multiplication is adding or combining equal or same size groups. We can think of that as the number of groups times the group size is equal to the total. Division is sharing equally or subtracting equal or same size groups. When we divide, we begin with the total number and subtract equal groups or share the total equally between groups. Start with the total, divide by the number of groups, and that will give you the group size. That's what we call sharing equally. Or you can start with the total, divide by the group size, and that will give you the number of groups. That's subtracting out equal groups. Multiplication and division are related. So what we know is that Emmanuel had 12 cubes. So that was the total. It says that he used the cubes to build 3 towers. So we know the number of groups. 3, and our question is, if each of the towers was the same height, how many cubes tall was each tower? So we know that 3 towers times the height will equal to 12 total cubes. And because we know the number of groups, we're going to use this top equation, the total divided by 3 towers, and that's going to give us the group size. So we just have to think 3 times what would equal to 12. Many of you already know that fact, and if you already know that fact, you can just write it in. If you're not sure, we can think of it as dividing 12 into 3. And it's always best to start with the biggest number that you can instead of putting one in at a time. So I always recommend starting with 10, but 3 groups of 10 would be 30. That's way too many. So what about 5? 3 groups of 5 would be 15. That's still too many. So what if we put 2 in each one? If I went through and put 2 in each one, that would be a total of 6. 12 blocks minus 6 will still leave me with 6 blocks. So I still need to put 6 blocks on my towers. And I just figured out that that was 2 more on each one. So I can see that each of my towers had a total of 4 blocks. So 3 times 4 equals 12, or 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. Thank you, and if you have additional questions about this problem, please ask your classroom teacher.